Long ago in Babylon, King Nebuchadnezzar built a golden statue and commanded everyone to bow down and worship it. But three young men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, refused.
They worshipped only the one true God. The king was furious.
He ordered them to be thrown into a fiery furnace, heated 7 times hotter than normal. The fire was so intense it killed the soldiers who threw them in. But inside the furnace, something incredible happened. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were not harmed. Their clothes weren't even scorched!
A fourth figure appeared with them, an angel sent by God. Nebuchadnezzar was amazed.
He called them out of the fire, and not even the smell of smoke was on them. The king declared that no one should speak against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the God who rescues and saves. This story reminds us that faith and courage can stand firm, even in the hottest fire. Daniel 3. Hey, friends! Have you ever heard the story about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Well, let me tell you this captivating story.
The king of Babylon, King Nebuchadnezzar,
Was proud and arrogant, and he liked to build big things like castles, walls, hanging gardens, and especially statues. But his greatest achievement was a giant golden statue. He built this statue so tall that it reached up to the sky. He thought it was awesome, and he wanted everyone to worship it and bow down before it. So the king gave an order to all the people in the kingdom. He said that on a certain day, there will be music played at the sound of music. Everyone must bow down to the statue. Anyone who doesn't bow down will be killed. Everyone was scared, so they went and hid musical instruments and made plans for that day. But there were 3 young Hebrew men named Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They did not want to go against God. They knew God is powerful and only He deserves to be worshipped, so they stayed in the city. On that day, the music started playing. People came out of their houses, fell on their knees, and bowed down to the statue. But our 3 friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, did not bow down. They stood firm because they knew God will take care of them. Some Babylonian officials saw them standing and said, "Hey, look, these Hebrews are not bowing down to the king's statue. Come on, let's tell the king about it." So those wicked people went to the king and said, "Hey, king, you gave an order that everyone should bow down to the statue. These 3 Hebrews, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, are not obeying you." Nebuchadnezzar got very angry when he heard this. He was furious. He shouted, "Who told you to come and tell me about it? If you have a problem with someone in your kingdom, can't you just solve it yourselves instead of coming to me?" The officials said, "No. Oh, great king, we did not come to tell you about our problems. We just thought you should know what these Hebrews are doing so you can punish them." Then Nebuchadnezzar got really mad and sent for those 3 young men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They came into the king's court. He asked them, "Why did you not bow down to my statue when I played music?" "You know, that was my order," Shadrach answered the king. "Our God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, He alone is the one you must fear and respect. And He sent me to rescue and deliver you from your burning furnace. So, do not be afraid of me. You cannot destroy all my people, because my God will save some of them and bring them back to this land." Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said to King Nebuchadnezzar, "We are not going to bow down to your golden statue. Oh, great king. Our God is able to save us from the burning fiery furnace, and He will rescue us from your hands, oh king. But even if He doesn't, we will not bow down to your idol." When the king heard this, he got super mad. He was so angry that he ordered his servants to heat the furnace to be 7 times hotter than usual. Then he ordered that those 3 young men be tied up and thrown into the fiery furnace. Those poor guys were put into that hot furnace. It was so hot that the chains holding them burned, and they could have been burned alive. But something amazing happened. Just as they were about to get burnt, they were saved by God. You see, the Bible says that the flames were not able to burn them, and they were seen walking around in the fire. And they weren't alone. There was another figure with them, a 4th person who looked like a son of God. Those 3 friends saw God in the form of a man, and God protected them from harm. Everyone watching was surprised and amazed. They couldn't believe that those 3 young men were not getting hurt in the hot fire. King Nebuchadnezzar was shocked. He was astonished and couldn't understand what was happening. He called out in a trembling voice, "Hey, Didn't we throw those 3 men into the fire? His officials said. Yes. Oh, great, king. We did throw them into the fire. Then the king quickly went to the furnace and was amazed. The door of the furnace was opened and those 3 young men walked out. They weren't even hurt. And guess what? They didn't even smell like smoke. This was a miracle from God. God protected them and saved their lives. Everyone was stunned and surprised. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. Even the king was shocked. He couldn't understand how those 3 men could survive in such a hot fire. Nebuchadnezzar then asked those 3 young men, "Didn't you do something crazy by not bowing down to my statue? You knew my order. Why didn't you obey me?" Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered the king, "Our God is almighty. He is in control of everything. He has power over the fire, and he saved us from being harmed. So now, oh, great king, we don't want to disobey you anymore. We promise never to break any of your orders. From now on, we will serve your gods and bow down to the images of gold that you have set up." King Nebuchadnezzar was impressed by what those 3 young men said. He realized that their God was powerful and that God was able to save them from the fire. So the king said, "This is amazing. Their God is indeed worthy of respect and he is powerful. He has saved them from the fire. Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and saved them." Then he gave an order to all the people in the kingdom. He said, "From now on, no one should say anything bad about the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And if anyone does, their house will be destroyed and they will be thrown into the fire." And that's the end of our story. So friends, remember, God is mighty and he is always ready to help those who trust in him. Meshach and Abednego showed us that it's important to stay brave when other people are treating us badly. They faced danger, but they did not bow down to the king's statue, and God helped them. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, make sure to give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe so you won't miss out on any of our future stories. Thank you for watching, and remember to always stay curious and keep learning.